All right, let me just do one more so my OCD is not getting in the way. And let me see what else. Okay, yeah, cold, left out in the cold. I think that this, whoever you're connected with, as far as this person, like they clearly prioritize, I'm getting more addictions over this connection. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not here to trigger this collective, but I'm kind of feeling for when you were with this person, you may have enabled those addictions, or this person vice versa could have enabled you could have gotten caught on yourself. But then when things kind of, I feel like this person left you out in the cold, they chose these other things above you. And that's why I feel like now, which is kind of sad, but again, it just shows you, you know, how much self-worth you have on your back, which is good. Now I can see where you're kind of doing the, is this my karmic, or is this my person? Is this because of literally the back you guys have went through. I think when you look back at this person, you think of rejection is my protection. In a funny way, it's like this person throwing you out is kind of their way of saving you. This is kind of deep. I feel like the biggest karmic interference was addictions. Again, take that part as you will, okay? And again, there's something about, like, you guys can never be alone. And maybe family was constantly blowing up this person's phone, or you literally barging in, or something weird. Maybe this family was kind of over the top. I don't know why I'm picking that up. But there's something about you guys could never be alone. Go this whole reading to make sure this all makes sense, because this is specific, okay? Now let me see, how does this person feel about this collective, okay? How does this person feel about this collective? Let's start with 4. How does this person feel about this collective? You know, I said back in part 1 that something is coming quick. Lord, communication, unexpected, clingy, wish fulfillment. See, they've made a decision. Now you need to make yours. Sorry, pressure's on, but that they're thinking about calling you. I think the number one thing they keep thinking of is, I need to call them. I need to call them. There's something about a phone call. I don't want to hear it. I have them blocked. This is probably not your reading. There's something about this person still has access to you. I don't think this is a block. There's definitely a no communication aspect going on. You guys are not really in each other's lives, but you're clearly not talking right now, and this person still has access to you. Do not make that fit. If I hear the, oh, I have a block, not your reading. Communication. New perspective, look at it differently and change, okay? I'm going to be honest, they're going to call you and say things have kind of did change, which makes me curious. This person, and this may be a tricky situation, okay? Because I feel like, especially if addictions were involved, of some form or fashion, this person could have always pulled the card on you all the time, especially if they've been in and out of your life, did the whole, I change, I promise, and then here you find out that they're still on that crap, or there's still some form of involvement going on. There's something about, you have a surprise coming. They want to surprise you on something. This person does. What is this about? Attraction. You got the same thing. Wanting more and insatiable thoughts. Clearly in the past, this person could never commit to you. Yes, obviously, in your initial union, you guys could have been a thing or a couple or together of some form. But I feel like what the most that really is coming your way, there is some form of commitment that is on its way towards you. They're clearly watching you of some form. They've seen how much you've grown. They're seeing, and that's where they're seeing with that new perspective and look at it differently, and change right here is here. I don't know why I'm hearing change by Deftones, but I'm hearing it's about your person. I've watched a change in you. I feel like it's the both of you. I think you're about to see a different side of this person. There's something about this person. They're going to start to look healthy. They're going to start to look good. And maybe that is something you caught up in the past, especially again, if this person's been in and out of your life, they've always looked kind of unwell or I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but this person could have looked sickly in the past or unhealthy, and that may have been a sign of, nope, you're still doing something. It's like they never took care of themselves. Clingy, what are they clinging on to? Clearly you. And then, okay, leaving, moving forward, leaving behind what doesn't serve you. That's what I'm saying. Oh, fresh start. That's what they're thinking about. Truly, they're freaking out because no wonder I'm hearing make a decision. They're freaking out because they've seen you in your Empress energy. You know your self-worth. You know who the F you are, and it's freaking them out. Not in a sense of, like I said, I don't feel like it's a form of control by no means, but it's kind of more of, if I don't do, I think with the Fool card we saw at the very beginning of part 1, it's also them too. It's like, if I don't take this risk now, I'll never get this back again. I'm hearing now or never. That's kind of the mindset I think your person is thinking about. Wish fulfillment very soon. I'm telling you, this is coming quick. Quick. What's this new perspective in this communication? I feel like they're kind of telling you, like, hear me out when this communication comes in. Because there is kind of something here about they know you don't trust them all the way. Priority, okay, family, provider, and make the effort. And I think that's something they want to talk to you about, is that, yes, they are very aware. And again, sign, clearly family was a big interference here as well. Toxicity. I think that there is something about, for the first time, I think this person's wanting to take accountability more than just saying, oh, I've changed. No, I feel like there's something deeper going on. And with that priority order right there, I always look at the mail. You know, if you ever go online shopping, you could, you know, they sometimes have that option of a few dollars more. They'll have it to you in a day or two. That's literally the priority they're putting you at. Now, I feel like for once they're making you a priority. That's where I said in the last part, this part, can't remember. This person always chose other things, specifically things and possibly these people. But even then, I don't think it's so much that this person has chosen this family over you. I mean, yes, obviously it did seem like that. But I'm kind of hearing it's like they never had a choice because that's what they were adapted to. Why am I hearing blackmail was involved? Especially toxicity. That's what I'm saying. There's something about you and this person can never be alone. What else is going on? Attraction. Action. That's what, all this person keeps thinking about is, I got to go get him. I got to go get him. I got to go call them. I got to go do this. Leaving, moving forward. Where are they trying to flow, surrender, trust, and go with the flow? That's kind of what the both of you are asked to do. You're not meant to jump to conclusions to anything right now or make some firm decision on something. Do I think this person's going to come in like a masculine and be more assertive, be a hunter for their feminine? Yes. But again, do not handle expectations. Oh, okay, too much. Extroverted and yeah, I love you. Need to say a lot. I don't think this person's ever opened up to you really on how you made them feel in a good way. And I talked about in part 1, this collective, you could have been, or last part, can't remember, about how you were wanting marriage and, you know, some firm commitments. That's where I'm saying when you look at this person, I think you truly look at them as rejection's my protection, especially if this person's obviously aware that you've always thrown the I love you card, let's get married, I want babies. And if they were hooked on certain things or people, no. So in a way, this person, as bad as it sounds, yes, did very much do you a favor because it pushed them into their awakening. I've noticed I didn't get a twin flame card come out of this person, which makes me curious if this collective, you're definitely more spiritual than this person is. But the one thing I think they are very aware about they want is you. Yeah, fresh start, but then complicated right there. There's clearly a heart-to-heart conversation coming with that confusion as about, like, I never knew what I wanted. They knew they never knew what they wanted. This is nice. This is beautiful. All right. Now, let's get back into my tarot. And I want to see what is this person's, well, we already know what their next intentions are because they just said their intentions. But now I kind of want to see, I'm moving this up, what to look forward from here on out when it comes to this person. You know, how does Source see the both of you is kind of more what I'm going for, because they've already said, that's what I'm saying, this is coming quickly. How does this person, how are you and this person?